वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. Our topic for this evening is five elements. So these are the five elements: earth, space, fire, water, and air. And today we will have a look on creation of the earth, with how many elements or with how many things has God created this earth, this universe. Then, how many elements were used to create our body? There are few aspects, or there are people, those who believe in four elements, but Sikhism believe in five elements. So, why or where is the difference? That also we will discuss today. Importance of five elements in our body, in this world, that also we will discuss, and nature of all elements. Definitely every element have different nature. Every element is unique. So what can we learn, or what are the learnings for us from these elements? That also we will discuss. And also, how does Gurbani define, and we'll take some more examples how every religious person take, or we can say learn, from these elements. In the beginning, Pai Gurdas he mentioned Oankar Akar Kar Tre Gun Panch Tat Upajaya. When this Lord Vaheguru Oankar, when he created this Akar, this shapes, this world, this universe. So, what did he use? He used Trigun and Panchtat. Trigun are Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun. Satogun we can say basically for the humans, but yes, Tamo is a lot like darkness, Hanera, Ra, Alas, Rajo, lot of other things are just running around. They are not just still, they are just running. And Sato is basically religious. We have already covered these three guns, Rajogun, Tamogun, and Satogun 2 weeks before. So, and then basic thing is Panch Tat Upajaya. Vaheguru used five Tat for this creation. Lot of things. Even if we talk about this earth, according to science, according to the research, this earth is also very old, almost 4.5 billion years, and it is so far from the earth. We see God has created a lot of things to create more beauty. As in this universe, He used Panch Tat. As we see in our life, if we are listening to any music, we are listening to a song or anything with the music. So there is not always one sound. We hear different sounds. So different swar, different sur makes a good music. And alag-alag ਧੁਨੀਆਂ, alag-alag sound, alag-alag ਸੁਰ ਇੱਕ ਸੋਹਣੀ tune ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ. In the same way, we look at a picture or a painting, there are different colors. Then we are able to see the more beauty in that picture. So if just a picture of one color, it may don't make that much impact. Or even we need some more colors to show, to demonstrate things. So this is what we see in the world as well. more things, different things, different aspects to create a beauty. So when God created this world, Guru Ram Das Ji, fourth Guru, he talked about it. Panch tat kar tudh shrestha sab sachi. Sab means entire, everything. With the Panch tat kar, with the five elements. कोई छेवा करियो जे किछ कीता होवे, which means God has created entire universe, this earth, with these five elements. कोई क्षमा करे. So whatever we are doing, whatever we are getting, everything is under these five elements. Even if we are able to find a lot of things from this earth, so there is a one element which is created by God. If we are doing some more and more research about sun, fire, element. कोई क्षमा करियो जे किछ कीता होवे. If someone is just claiming he have done something, he has invented something, so then there is a challenge by Guru Ramdas Ji. कोई क्षमा करो, create a fifth, sixth element. If you can do something, if you think there is something in your hand, if we think I am the creator, I am doing something that is just immensely beautiful, or I'm doing something from my side, I'm independent. We are always dependent on these five elements. Whatever we are doing, whatever, we are dependent. So, Guru Ramdas is saying, if you are independent, do something and create a sixth element, and don't use these five elements. If actually you want to do something, but we are unable to do it. Jay kich kitta. If you say, like, I am the one who has created, and then not only this earth, this world, this world is a creation of five elements. Everyone agrees. But then Gurbani says, Panch tat mil eh tan kiya. So in the first part we read the entire world, this universe, this earth is created by five elements. Then जो ब्रह्मांड सोई पिंड. So however this world, this universe has created by the same way our body has created. Panch tat mil, by uniting those five elements. Eh tan kiya, God made this body. Earth, fire, air, water, space. With these five things. Now, it is really beautiful thing. Because in the world we see all these elements at different places. We are able to see an ocean, there is a water. We're able to feel air, there is space. Fire is different, or basically we can say we are able to see sun or stars. They're different. Just with the one. There are things which are created by just one element. But now the nature of the elements are different. Fire and water are together in our body. It's actually beautiful. Water and earth are together. Normally, if we put water on the fire, so they cannot stay together. Otherwise, we'll able to see fire or the water. Every element have the different nature, but the beauty of God, creativity of God, He put all those elements together in our body. And this is how we are able to stay healthy as well. We have fire. ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਗਰਮੀ ਹੈ in our body, but if it goes down, still we are ill. If it increases fire in our body, again we are in trouble. So we need fire in our body, but with a specific amount, or we can say on a specific level. Water is there in our body in the same quantity as there is in the world. In the world, almost 1/3 part is filled by just water. In our body as well, almost more than 70% is water in our body. Taste of our eye drop and taste of the water from ocean is same. Again, जो ब्रह्मांड है सोई पिंड है. So 5 elements are there in this universe, in this world. They are in our body as well. Our body is also made by these 5 elements. So whenever we fall into any kind of any illness, it is known as an Vat Pit Kapha. It happens because of air, because of fire, or because of water. Dehydration. पानी घट गया या पानी ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ ਜਾਂ ਰੇਲ ਗਰਮੀ ਵੱਧ ਗਈ ਸਰੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਗਰਮੀ ਘਟ ਗਈ. Again we are ill. The same happens with air. If we have taken food accordingly, or like we have now more air, ਤਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਦ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, again we are in trouble. So all these are together in our body on the specific quantity there it should be. So they are managing. This is how our body is running. So panch tat mil tan kiya. So with the 5 elements, this body has created. Now the next question is, some believes in 4 elements, some believes in 5 elements. That also we are discussing, because in Gurbani, in Sikhism, we believe in 5 elements. So if someone asks us, like, why do you believe in 5? Because there are many those who believe in 4 elements. So we must have at least answer of that question as well. So some beliefs, so there are not 5 elements in the body. They agree on one point, yes, there are 5 elements are helpful in the creation of this world, for this universe. But when it comes to our body, then there are not 5 elements. They say then there are only 4 elements. What are those 4 elements? Fire, air, water, and earth. They say there is no sky, there is no space. So our body is created by 4 elements. Fire is there, garmi, heat is there in our body, heat we can say. Air is there, we are taking breath again and again. So air is there. Water, body is almost water and water. Earth, yes, we say कि एक तन मिट्टी दा पुतला है. So this skin basically is the transformation of earth. We agree, they say. There are 4 elements, but not 5. So there are few religions, few sects, they just follow the 4 elements. But Sikhism, even Hinduism, Sanatani, they also believe in 5 elements. Now the 5th element is sky, 5th element is Akash, 5th element is space. Now their question is, there are just 4 elements, where is the 5th element? We cannot see it, we don't need it. So how does we define it? If we believe there is air, there is fire, there is water, there is earth. So if these 4 elements need to happen, they need space. We cannot say without space earth cannot happen, without space water cannot happen, without space fire cannot happen. They need some space. So we can consider in the way four elements are inside the body, and fifth element is where this body is in the space. जगह भी चाहिए है चार एलिमेंट्स ਨੂੰ ਹੋਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ तो जगह space आकाश. So four elements are inside the fifth element, in the akash, in the space. So in that way our body is the combination of five elements. There was a time when the king Bhartri, at his time he was known as one of the very great sage as well, who became rishi. Earlier he was a king, but somehow his wife cheated on him and he caught it, and then he left everything and he just thought about it like, as I left everything. In the beginning he left everything for his wife, then he felt like he also did something bad. He forgot God, he forgot everyone else. So he must remember, he must recite his name. Then he started walking on the path of Almighty. He met with Guru Nanak Sahib Ji as well, and he asked three questions to Guru Nanak Sahib as well. But the time when he was leaving this world, he was just about to leave. We may say he was on the bed, and there were many disciples, those who were around this king. They were just sitting with him, they were always listening to him, they were just following this king continuously. And then they asked, the moment when he was about to die, those disciples asked to King Partri, kindly give us any last suggestions, some ideas, some tips before you leave this world. What do you want to say? Kindly share it with us. Although in your all life you taught us a lot of things, but as a last message, we'll able to remember it. So would you please like to share it with us? Then what he did? He said, I don't want to say anything to you now. I'm done. I just want to say thanks to few things. I don't want to convey any message. I'm on my last breath. So I just want to say thanks to few things. What were those things? So finally he prayed. He said, I'm very thankful to the earth. I'm very thankful to the fire, to the heat. I'm very thankful to the water. He thanked all five elements one by one and said, I learned a lot from you. You all were opposite to each other, but still you were together. It happens in our life. We face a lot of problems, or sometimes we have some conflicts within the family members or with the friends, because sometimes husband may say like, I'm thinking in a different way, you don't understand. A wife may say like, you don't understand me, or you don't follow what I'm saying. Or wife may say, husband may say the same thing, you don't follow what I'm saying. It happens in our life. So this king said, I understood, I learned from these five elements. All were different in the nature. Earth have a different nature, water have a different nature, fire have a different nature. But still all were together. You all were together. Opposite in nature, but still together. You helped me a lot. So I learned these things from you. So that's what we can also learn. Everybody is unique. If we are trying to mold someone according to our nature, that is also wrong. So we may live together, stay together with our different opinions. It is perfectly fine. Someone don't need to be changed. Everyone is unique in its own way. So although all are different, but still they were living together. So this is what King Bhartri said. This is the learning for me from those elements, and I completely followed in my life, and these five elements nature helped me to meet the Lord. So I'm very thankful to those five elements. So this is how he thanked. And when we say Guru Nanak Sahib, when we read Japji Sahib, in the Japji Sahib again, we read the almost same kind of messages. Pavan Guru, Pani Pita, Mata, Tat, Mahat. Guru Nanak Sahib is also talking about three elements here. Not all five, but yes, three. Pavan Guru. This air is like a guru. Pani, Pita, water is like a father. Mata, Tarat, Mahat. Earth is like a mother. Earth is like a mother. That we often hear. Tarti Mata. This is very commonly used word. Tarti Mata. Why? Because mother also fulfill or take care of us. This mother also take care of us. We say ਇਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦਾ ਪੁਤਲਾ ਹੈ. This part in ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦਾ ਪੁਤਲਾ. So mitti is mata, mitti is dharti. So this body is made by earth, basically. And also, we need food to eat, we need food to survive. This is also coming from the earth. We are getting everything. We are able to eat a lot of things. All kind of vegetable, fruits, and everything is coming from this mother, from earth. So how it is just taking care of everybody. Pavan is Guru. Pavan, air, is like a Guru. We cannot breathe. We cannot survive for a long time. Just few minutes hardly without the air. So treat air as a Guru. Pani, Pita. Pani, water, because water is the one who helps food to grow, who helps to every life. Life is possible with water. Pehla pani jiyo hai. Jithariya sab koi. In the Gurbani it comes. So water is life. So we need to take care for them as well. We need to learn from them. Now, what Bhagat Kabir ji is saying. Now the first one, two answers are here in these Gurbani lines. Firstly, it is just clearing us what are those five elements. We again and again in our all the slides we read about five elements for the creation, five elements for the body. But what are those all five elements? Here Bhagat Kabir ji is mentioning us, telling us, teaching us. Ab tej vaye prithvi akasa. What are those five elements? Up, water. Tej, fire. By, hava, wind. Prithvi, akasa. Akasa is sky. Earth is prithvi. Now there are few basic qualities of these five elements. ऐसे रहत रहो हर पासा. Kabir ji is saying, if we can just take or if we can just learn then from the nature of these five elements, then we can meet Vaheguru. If we are not able to understand, if we are not able to get it, like what should I do? How should I live my life? How can I be one with the Lord? How can I go close to God? Then Kabir ji is helping us to understand. He's saying even if you don't have a lot of knowledge, a lot of information, what we need to do, just do whatever these five elements are doing. So if you are just able to keep all those things in your life, ऐसी रह, if we can live in that way, Raho Hari Pasa. It will help us to go close to Vaheguru, be one with the Vaheguru. So basic nature of these 5 elements are, first one is Jal. Jal which hai Ras. Ras means taste. In the Jal, there is a taste. In the Agni, in the fire, there is a root that we can see. In the Vayu, in the air, there is a sparsh, means we are able to feel it. In the Prithvi, all the fragrances, all kind of rain is from there. In the Akash, in the space, our words are able to travel. So we need to learn, these are the just basic rules, just these are the just basic qualities. But we need to learn, we need to follow. Like Prithvi is a symbol of humility. It's so humble, stays under our feet and providing us all food and everything, but still it's under our feet. By its wind, air, we are not able to see it, but still we are able to feel it. Then up, water. Water is actually alive. Without water, we cannot survive. So water, and it is also just flowing. It is just cleaning the things. Water is just cleaning. Even if we need to wash anything, we need to clean our clothes, we need to clean our utensils, we need some water. Tej, fire, that also grows. So there is some heat is also needed in our life. So these are the just basic things. We'll go into the details next week. So what are the qualities of these 5 elements that we need to learn, that we need to imbibe, that we need to apply in our life? If we can learn and apply in our life, ऐसी रहत रहो हरि पासा, then we can meet, then we can go close to Vaheguru and we can meet Vaheguru. This is actually possible. So today we just discussed about the word is created by 5 elements. Body is also created by 5 elements, and we have different, all have the different nature, 5 elements, but still they are supportive, they are together, they are always with each other, they are helping. So we can say they are sanjogi, they are helping. So what do we need to learn from these 5 elements? If we are able to learn and if we are able to apply in our life, then definitely all those things, all these 5 elements can also help us to meet and to be one with the Vaheguru. So that we will discuss, we'll take another deep dive into the what do we learn from water and earth, how, and a lot of more things that we can learn and apply in our life, that we will try to understand in the next week, in the next lecture. So now I request you all, if you have any questions or what do you think, what did we learn or what did we understand from this session, from this lecture, so feel free to share your point of view about these 5 elements. So I request you kindly contribute in your own words as well. So thank you very much for your patience, for your time, and looking forward to hear from you. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Yes.
Vaheguru Ji.
Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. May I ask a question, please?
हाँ जी,
My
Arun.
name is Aruna. I want to understand, you have written there that the words are made of 5 elements. Can you clarify this little bit, please?
Yes, this word is made by.
No, words. WORD. Oh, it's a mistake?
It was a mistake, yes.
Oh, sorry. All right. Okay, fine. And also, Master Ji, you have been using interchangeably universe and earth. By universe, I understand something else. By earth, I understand something else. Does it really matter if we use the same word? Universe comprises of earth, which is a planet, and there are several other planets, several other suns. That is the universe. Earth is single planet on which we live. Your
Exactly.
arguments, it doesn't really matter whatever word we use.
Yes, because what we are saying, like even in the world, in this earth, or in the universe, everything has created with
Five
these
elements.
five elements.
Five elements.
So yes,
Okay,
so that was
fine,
the main
fine,
message on earth
fine,
or
fine.
outside.
Okay, yes, I just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Teji, thank you very much for clearing your doubts and asking the questions. Really appreciate very much. Thank you. Anji Charanji, you are unmuted. Ji.
Waheguru Khalsa, Waheguru Ji.
Waheguru Ji ki Fateh ji.
This is beyond my understanding, Ji. Beyond my understanding. A little bit I understand, or a little bit I pretend to understand, is that this life is bulbula. Guru says this life is just a bubble. Bubble. We come from where we are made of this earth, fire, water, space, and the five elements. We are made of these five elements. And when the bubble bursts, that when their life comes to an end, the five elements merge in the five elements where they come from. And then we are left with nothing. So it's a very strange and mysterious world we are living in. And I think we just have to be connected with God, and that's it, because it's beyond our understanding actually. Guruji says, just do Naam, Jap, everything. Guru has given us very easy way. Don't worry about anything, whatever happens in the world. Everything is created by me. When he said that the world is being created by God, and its elements are also created by God. Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? We cannot create any of these elements. We are created. We are His creation, and therefore we live in His creation with the things that He has supplied us. It is beyond our human, and of course we can. Scientists have learned that there are Guru Nanak Dev Ji says Patala patal, lak agasa agas, od path ke, ved कहने के बाद, शायद 18 ज्ञान किताब असले किताब. Guru Nanak has explained. People have gone way out to explain and understand and things like that. Finally, what is the answer finally? That's you and me. We are here, we laugh, we have fun, and then we live our life, and then we leave. The bubble burst, and then we go off. I don't know where we meet, or we're going to meet or not. And when God goes very much further than that, we have Ajuni, God is Ajuni, and we are mortal beings. We are subject to Juni. That's what we see in the village. We are Juni. We have to come back in different forms. Life goes on. I don't know. It's beyond my understanding. Okay, Ji.
Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. Thank you very much for your contribution, Charanji. Yes, actually, we cannot understand him completely. That is perfectly okay, and it is supposed to happen. Cannot describe him. We cannot understand him. But whatever we understand, we just need to apply, as we just talking about these five elements. So our body is made by five elements, and to run our body, basically we just need food and water. But we need some values and virtues in our life, that we need to learn, like how these elements nature is. Basically, we already have five elements in our body, but not in our mind, or we can say in our heart. ਸਾਡੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜਾਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੋਚ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, we don't have the values of those five elements. So that also we must have, and it will help us to go close to Vaheguru, as Kabir ji has mentioned. So as he read Raho Hari Pasa, we are able to learn from, or we are able to apply those values in our life. So then it will help us to go more close to Vaheguru. So for there we need to put some efforts, and definitely grace of Vaheguru is needed. So thank you very much, Acharya Singh. Hanji, any other single member ji who would like to share or add or suggest something? Or what do you think? What did we learn today? Hanji. Hanji Palji.
I think that was a very beautiful lecture. It's a topic that's a little bit abstract. But I think I learned a few things. First, you ended your lecture by suggesting.
Yes, Palji, actually your voice was breaking. Could not able to hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now?
I can
I'm so
hear
sorry.
you,
I
but
don't know what
not
was wrong with
clearly
the audio.
actually.
Okay. Is this okay now or not?
Yes,
Still
now
not
it's
okay,
okay.
maybe.
As of now, it's okay.
Thank you, Chi. Thank you. I was just saying that I think today's topic was a very abstract, difficult topic to understand. But I was listening to your last concluding Shabad, Jithe Pagat Kabir ji says we have to adopt the values that are being taught. So I was looking at what are the benefits of adopting some of the teachings from the five elements. And I think the five elements teach us about 9 to 10 very beautiful lessons. Number one, that they are always living in the awareness of the Creator, Lord God, Vaheguruji. I think that's the first lesson we learned, that they are always adhering to that Creator God. Number two, I think we learn also about the idea of spiritual healing and growth that we can have if we use these spiritual five elements to improve our lives. And that's on the spiritual side. But I think on the worldly side, we can improve our relationships with friends and family, because you also mentioned a lot about the differences that the five elements have. In the same way, everyone is so different, but being unique, we can still live together and pray for the Sarvat Dapala. Number four, what I learned from the five elements is that a sense of inner peace, shanti, tranquility can come within ourselves, because regardless of the differences, they are all living in such a unison and making the world go in such a balanced way. Number five, that leads me into something called emotional IQ or EQ, where we better learn to manage our emotions also, just like the five elements are being balanced and managing the entire universe or the earth or the world, like Auntie Ji just spoke about. Number six, it leads me to understand that maybe we can also learn to have a lot of good self-confidence and self-esteem in ourselves, that we do have the five elements that can help us to achieve anything and everything, because like you mentioned, everything is created from the five elements. So if we are part of that Karta Purkha, let us increase our self-confidence, our self-esteem, and use the creative power within to create more beautiful things for the world. And I think that is something very important. Number seven that I learned is again the topic about creativity and insight, that the five elements are there in front of us in surplus. When are we going to use our creativity and our insights to create something from that five? Although I agree with you, the Shabad says, Hor Chema, there is no other sixth element that we can create. Now, the eighth lesson, I think today I understand from today's lesson itself, is a deeper understanding of myself and the world around me. Because to see Ad Samjaya, see what's within is also what's without. So I think that's a beautiful lesson about today's five elements. And number nine is that maybe we should start having a stronger connection with our true purpose, with our true calling in life, because after all, we are all Ik Onkar. That oneness within us is that oneness that is, you can say, emphasized to raise our spirituality to an awareness that we need to live in harmony with the natural world. So, CTV, every day we are listening about global warming and the flooding that's happening in different parts of the world, or the ice that's melting even from the Himalayas and everything down. I think it is lack of harmony living in nature that has the five elements that has led to a lot of problems that we are facing. So if our minds can be filled with the true light of Vahguruji, the God and everything, and if we can control our sexual angers and all the five, the enemies that we have, they won't become an hindrance, because then the five elements can blossom, not only in the physical and the material world, but we can also grow in our our spiritual world. I think it is the final answer I want to make today, that it's the merging of all the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and all other realms, which is what we call Miri and Piri, learning to live in harmony with the nature, the world around us, the materialistic world, and yet be in love with the divine, that spiritual life in a modern world. Those are the lessons that I learned from the 5 elements. So to end the Panchaput, Sacha Perate, Jyot Sachi Man Mahe, Guruji says, let us bring that light within our mind, within our bodies, because our body has that 5 elements, and Panchapu, Atma, Har Naam Rasapokhe. How will this light come? Is when we connect with the Har Naam, the name of the Lord, and then we will destroy those Kam, Krodh, Doepe, Jagati, Man, Tarang, Batwara. Within our mind, these are the highway robbers that are robbing our life away. And Guruji says, if we can learn to control them, then Pancha Tat Milada Tanda Utreopara. Then we will control these 5 elements. Once we control the 5 Kam, Krodh, Lomo, Hankar, and then we will be, achieving that Jivan Mukti, that salvation, that goal, the ultimate goal that we came here for. So I thank you so much for today's lecture. It was a very abstract topic, but I think there's so much to learn from the 5 elements. And one day, like Bhai Harcharan Singh ji just said, a day is going to come when the 5 elements are going to go back to the 5 elements and we will not be there anymore. So Jai, Kach, Aha, Taha, Kich Nahi. There will be nothing left. Panch, Tat, Te Nahi. But still the 5 elements will also be there. And when God, Vaiguruji, so decides, even the Panch Tattva will be gone. So I thank you so much for a very difficult advanced level lesson on Sikhi. But thank you so much for combining Sikhi, science, and the real world. Pulchukdev Mafi, thank you for the time. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa.
Thank you very much, Palji, for sharing and for contributing and making this lecture more special. So really appreciate your efforts, Palji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, God has created everything within the 5 elements, or even we may say, we don't invent anything. Actually, we just discover things. Everything is just already created by God. We can say we are just discovering few things from these 5 elements only, so by His grace only. So, but thank you very much, Ji. And yes, any other Sangat member who wants to share something, Ji? Okay, so request you all kindly unmute yourself, so that we all can say Gur Fateh together. Thank you very much once again for joining, for contributing, for giving your time. So hope to see you next week as well. Then we will go more deep. We'll take a deep dive into our elements, like how does or what does they teach according to Gurbani, and how can we learn and be one with the Bible. So thank you very much once again. Let's all say all together जी, सारे अपने आप को unmute कर लो जी, सारे प्यार नाल आखना वाहिगुरु जी का
Vaiguru Ji
खालसा,
Ka Khalsa, Vaiguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Why is the
Thank you,
Khalsa?
Ji. Thank you, Ji.